I tried a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokémon HeartGold using only grass types, which is a really dumb thing to do as grass types suck in Johto. This is my second video as part of this series, so if you haven't seen it already, check out the first episode. Otherwise, let's jump straight back into the action as I take on the Azalea Town rival in my second attempt of this challenge. After squeaking past Bugsy, all that remains of my team is Parsley the Bayleaf and Cilantro, who evolved into Skiploom after levelling up against the Bugmaster. Despite a type disadvantage, Parsley can cut through Ghastly and Zubat's paper-thin defences for some easy kills. This just leaves the real threat on Bland's team, his ace Quilava, who for some reason just alternates between Leer and Smokescreen, rather than doing anything sensible like, actually attacking with Ember. So my rival's Quilava is surprisingly stress-free, even though both of my party members level up to level 19 during this fight, which happens to be the Whitney level cap. Good thing I can get myself a new encounter on Route 34. Using Cilantro's newly learned Headbutt ability, I find myself an Execute and name them Tarragon, and Tarragon gets straight into the action with the Whitney battle, where his Leech Seed, Reflect and Hypnosis combination do a number on both Clefairy and Miltank, although by virtue of being male, Tarragon is susceptible to being attracted to the hunk of bovine love that is Whitney's ace. But my half dozen eggs lands a clutch Leech Seed, and with a bit of switching around, combined with Whitney's seeming reluctance to use Milk Drink, we get through this gym without too much trouble. I can't imagine there have been too many Johto Nuzlockes where the first two gyms have been more difficult than Whitney, but that's the incredible power of grass types for you. And moving on towards Ecruteak City, I get my next encounter by joining the bug catching contest on a Saturday, landing myself a Dry Skin Paris. That's not ideal when I was hoping to use a Sun team in the late game to take advantage of Execute and Skiploom's Chlorophyll abilities, but beggars can't be choosers, so Fennel joins the Herb squad. In Ecruteak City, I head straight over to face down my rival once again. The battle starts with Ghastly falling to self-inflicted curse damage, plus a single magical leaf. But with the curse damage chipping away at Parsley's HP, I decide it's time to switch when Zubat comes out next. And it turns out it's not my rival's Quilava I actually need to worry about, but this fucking Zubat. Tarragon gets confused on the switch in, and I decide to respect the confusion with another switch, which was a boneheaded move as I end up sending Fennel, my designated Quilava killer, into a 4 times effective wing attack for massive damage. Whoops. Thankfully he lives, and a switch back to Tarragon lets him land a Sleep Powder and Leech Seed, but bland Zubat wakes up on the first turn and another Supersonic manages to confuse my eggs. I don't want to stay confused, so a switch back to Parsley who can heal off the wing attack damage seems the smart option, and my starter can also set up Reflect to help limit Zubat's damage output. Except of course he hits his 3rd Supersonic in a row and Bayleaf hits himself in confusion, not once but twice. Things are getting out of hand now as Parsley dodges a critical wing attack which would have killed him, but this forces another switch to the fairly bulky Tarragon, who finally manages to get a Reflect up. Only for Zubat to land his 4th consecutive Supersonic. Of course that means that Tarragon is obliged to hit himself in confusion on the next turn. Oh, and on the turn after that as well. Now I hate to call BS on the AI here. After all, my route past Bugsy was filled with plenty of good luck in the form of dodging crits and high rolls. But seriously? My rival Zubat must have compound eyes, as he hit 4 55% accurate Supersonics in a row, plus got a first turn wake up from sleep, then my team hit themselves in each of the 4 turns they were confused. I switched to Cilantro as Zubat falls to Leech Seed damage, and she's fast enough to outspeed Quilava to hit a Stun Spore. This gives Fennel a fighting chance of KOing the Fire-type starter with Dig. And then to top it all off, Bland's Quilava gets the 10% Flame Wheel burn chance on Skiploom. But by this point, I'm already defeated. I would have to sacrifice a team member to get Parasect in to safely kill Quilava, and the rest of this challenge would be impossible with so few team members left alive. With a heavy heart, I reset the console. That wipe really hurts. After scraping past Bugsy in the way that we did, to go and throw to the rival in Burn Tower is heartbreaking. And yes, I threw. I did get super unlucky with RNG, but still, I should have prepared better for that fight. For instance, I went into it without equipping the Oran Berries in my bag, which may just have been the difference between success and failure. But this is why we play Nuzlockes. This is why we seek out increasingly difficult challenges in a game franchise aimed at children. This is why we keep going, death after death, wipe after wipe, attempt after attempt, to learn from our biggest mistakes and become better players as a result. Surrounded by the charred remains of my precious herbaceous friends, I swear that in the next run, things will be different. Psych! Cilantro gets crit by Faulkner's Pidgeotto on attempt 3, so that's an immediate reset. Attempt 4 fares much better though, with Parsley and Cilantro teaming up to down Faulkner's ace, with Sage providing some much needed moral support from the sidelines. Learning from attempt 1, I remembered to pick up my Ilex Forest encounter pre-Bugsy, and here we are, back again in front of the menacing Mantis, with a Hive badge and my sanity at stake. This time though, I'm in a much better position. Bayleaf's IVs and nature are such that Scyther can't see a one-hit U-turn on my lead, and so she tries setting up a leer, and this time my starter nails Bugsy's ace with a poison powder first time. By switching to Cilantro and back again, I can get a bit more damage in on Scyther before her first U-turn, which thankfully doesn't land a critical hit. Now it's over to Sage to wear down Bugsy's Kakuna.
One eternity later.
And once again be sacrificed in the name of progress. But Sage's sacrifice has put me in a great position to close out this fight by burning both Bugsy's Super Potion and Scyther's Citrus Berry. Surely I can't mess it up from here. Parsley sets up another Reflect, and we play the switcheroo game once more with Cilantro coming in, while for some reason Scyther opts to use Quick Attack despite Reflect being up. I can't complain though, as my Hoppip can just heal off this small amount of damage, as Scyther does then pick U-turn next. Bugsy's Metapod is a great change of pace in this fight, as he lets me heal up my injured team members with Synthesis, as well as setting up another Reflect with Bayleaf, before he cuts down the Chrysalis with Razor Leaf. With Reflect up for the next 4 turns and Scyther due to be dead after 3 poison ticks, all I need to do now is survive for 3 measly turns without another team member going down. If Scyther lands a critical U-turn on any of these, then the run is effectively over. So here we go. Let's count to 3 together. Turn 1, U-turn. No crit. Turn 2, Focus Energy. That doubles Scyther's chance to land a critical hit. Turn 3, I decide to switch to Oddish, knowing that she is ultimately less useful than my starter. And Scyther's U-turn does not crit. The final poison damage tick KOs Bugsy's ace, and we've done it. The Bugmaster is squashed and we have a run on our hands. But the rest of the run will have to wait for the next episode. Hey! So like and subscribe and all that crap so you get notified when the next one drops. Otherwise, this is Redfog saying TTFN.